Hey there! So today we have another review. This is a beer, courtesy of Jonathan. Thank you so much. I like the label. This is Barclay Brewing. So, what brewery does this? Some brewery does this. What is that? It's like green and it's like wide labeled, like this like kind of just like simple aesthetic, a little bump here. It's almost like a excuse me, like sound profile thing. Barclay Brewing. Okay. This is 12%. Okay, Barclay is part of 12% now. I've never had anything from Barclay. Interesting. 6.5% Nelson single hop. Let's go. Canned 5 weeks ago. Let's see where we're at on this guy. Very pale, huh? Very pale. 12% crushing it. I love that 12%. Since so much beer down here because like it's part of the Northeast, part of the New England character that I am familiar with from New York. So thank you. Yeah, that's a little bit of the yeast. I see a little bit of that, and then it's a light gold, really beautiful, kind of like medium plus to full on haze, but not completely opaque and milky. Head, okay. I have a little bit cold, yes, for sure. Just hair. So, yeah, that's Nelson, I think. Sorry, it is Nelson, but vibrations. Yeah, that's Nelson. It's fun. Nelson Sylvan. So, try it out. Get some New Zealand Nelson Sylvan. Oh, sorry, New Zealand. Sauvignon Blanc. And it's crazy. It's gooseberries. It's a little bit of ripe peach. It's a little bit of grape juice. Stinky dinky a little bit, so you get a little bit of like dank quality. Slightly soily, slightly dank, really nice, foul heavy. What else we got in that? Oh yeah, kumquats for sure. Comes in kumquats. Pretty nice nose. 6.5, that's really drinkable. It honestly almost drinks like a New England Pale Ale. I would argue it's that instead of New England IPA. I find New England IPA is a little bit more punchy, a little bit more like more character on the palate, especially with the malt and the hops and all that balance there. If you're trying to build a New England Pale Ale, I think you're hitting this. Maybe. I need to warm up a little bit. Maybe more malt shows. That's really where like I find the difference, where it's like more malty, and then even more juicy and malty with New England IPA, and then you get New England IPA and then Pale Ale. So New England IPA, I'll take it at 6.5 on the lower end, a little bit of water around the back end. No sip up front, kumquats, stone fruit, I get apricot, a little bit of gooseberry. It's way more juicy on the palate than it is aromatically. So that's not quite nice. Because you get really nice thiols up front with that kind of like gooseberry, that like really pretty kind of like almost gasoline-y fruit character that you get from Sauvignon Blanc. The palate, it sort of expands a little bit more. And you get a lime zest. A little bit of limey character going on. Citrus rind, maybe. Lime zest is maybe, for sure, citrus rind. So we're going, again, kumquats with the whole peel and pith going on. Light citrus. So maybe something like, almost like yuzu, kind of like light, citrusy tart. I like this guy. There's really nice kind of like pretty kind of crackery malt in there. Pushing in, there's a little bit of oat wheat thing going on, offering a little bit of like body and sweetness and this pale, like paler than cracker. So it's like oat cracker and oatmeal. I talk about like how malt tastes like a thing, oat and wheat tastes a little bit different. So you get a little bit of that character and it sits in a nice place. Really nice and dry, hint of chalk, no stringency, no several flavors. Yeah. Ooh. The more I drink it, the more I like it. The more it sits in like a cozy place. New England IPA can sometimes be fat, juicy. It can be astringent and chalky. It can sit in many places. Like, I mean, the New England IPA interpretation goes all over the place. This sits at a really nice, kind of pretty, kind of a New England Pale Ale IPA place where it's just like, that is dumb drinkable. 6.5 is not my perfect place for it, for New England style, but it's just a beautiful place. A little bit of like ester profile, I want to say, a little bit bubblegummy kind of thing going on. Juicy fruits, love it. You know me, treehouse guy. That is great. That's just great. I don't know who's brewing this, but it might be Zach from Marlowe Ales. If Zach's listening, shout out to you. Being contracted because I feel like he's supposed to send me some beer, but I feel like one of the beers tastes like a little bit like this pale ale, which is old, not perfect, but still tasty. And this tastes like that. So we're in the realm of Pale Farmstead. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. There's just a watery profile to it. Like the water shows. And I don't know what they're doing with the water, but it's a balanced profile where it's not chalky. And it's just like, it sits soft. Exactly what Hill Farmstead does. So if you ever can make analogies to Hill Farmstead, that is a huge plus. Who can blame you? And there's a little bit of hints of like ester profile that Hill Farmstead does as well. So as we've collected this beer, it goes Nelson, it goes this and that, and then we find Hill Farmstead somehow. So. You full blind me, I would guess this is Hill Farmstead beer. Hint of like pinch of saltiness to this guy. That is a dumb drinkable beer. And it's crisp, and I'm smacking my lips because of how drinkable it is. That is a tasty beer. Wow, that is good. Delectable. Yeast profile coming in. Where are we going with this guy? We're going with this guy. I'm gonna blow my socks off on this guy, right? It's a little stinky too, which is fun. A little stinky. I love the stinky because it's like, it's weird. It's so hard to describe. The file heavy is like dank, but also fruity. I love this nose on this guy. It's complex. Oof. I'm grasping, guys. Okay. As I wait more, it's more malty and acclimated to the palate. Less like hoppy as I like it, maybe. It's a really drinkable. 98. 98 is a solid, amazing, world-class review of Barclay Brewing. Yeah. Nelson. I mean, it's not always about the hops. It's a collection of everything. It's the hops, the malt, the yeast profile, the water. And this accomplishes it in many of the aspects that a lot of places don't do it. The balance, the yeast profile, the malts, finding that kind of like place where you have enough percentage of oats and wheat that like hits at a certain place. Water profile with the chalkiness, without the chalkiness, hopping at a rate where it's not astringent. 98. Thank you so much, Jonathan. That's world class. Vibrations, Nelson Sylvan, Barclay Brewing. A new brewery for me, but world class. Killer. 12% facilities killing it. And I'm going to ask Zach maybe. I'm going to send an email to him. Hey, did you brew this? Because that is Hill Farmsteady as I can find it. All right? Outside of Hill Farmstead. So it's a specific profile that you get from Hill Farmstead, and it's very unique, but I taste it here. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.